I'm John Wolford. I'm interviewing for Who's Telling the Truth. I'm standing here at the Peace Vigil in Danbury every Saturday, 10:30 till noon, and I'm standing here with Calvin Dow, and he's been coming here. How long have you been coming here for?
About 3 years.
Okay.
And they've been operating here for about 8 years.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, what originally what brought you to come here and demonstrate for peace?
To this vigil?
Yeah, to this vigil. Yeah.
I can't recall right now, being a veteran of foreign wars and aged 94, I tend to be an amnesiac, which means that I forgot what brought Claire and I to this vigil.
Okay. Oh, you don't remember what brought you here? You just... No. Okay. Sorry.
No, I don't.
Okay. But you do recognize that,
But
they're out here every day.
The
every
fact
weekend.
that I am a Danbury community and a political activist, so that when I heard about this, then I immediately joined, because this is what I do as an activist.
Right. That's great. So you mentioned that you're 94. Is that correct? Or?
That's the extreme age of 94.
Wow. Have you served in the armed forces or at all?
I gave 5 of the best years of my life to my country in World War II.
What?
2 years in China and 1 year in India.
Wow. Is there anything you can say about those years? That just briefly?
Is it what?
I'm sure there's a lot you can say about those years, but is there anything that you can sum it up in a brief? Just anybody interested in wanting to know?
The main thing, I was extremely lucky. I was not in combat. I was in supply.
Oh.
We supplied everything that it takes to wage a war.
Wow.
And of course, without that, an army, for instance, travels on its stomach without food or anything else. You're finished as far as the war goes. So supply is a crucial part.
So what would you say? Obviously, I believe that we had some merit to be over there in World War II. But what would you say about the recent wars that our government has undertaken, like the Iraqi and Afghan wars?
Yeah, as you say, we had a reason. We were attacked for World War II. As for the other wars, Afghanistan, Iraq, Vietnam, Korea, and so on, those are what are known as unpopular wars. A lot of Americans killed, and now can say, why?
Yeah, I watch the TV and sometimes and read the paper, and I don't really see that much coverage as much as it was back, as what I hear in the Vietnam Wars and the Korean Wars, that they don't really cover the gruesome outcome of the invasions that we've undertaken.
No,
I mean,
no, they tend to, that's propaganda. They tend to downplay the horrors of war. All of these veterans that came back from all of the wars that we were in, and there's a war on this planet every day, 365 days a year. Somewhere on this planet there's a war. And the veterans that come back from these wars are scarred mentally and physically. Scarred. But they don't want to publicize that, of course.
no. If I think that if most Americans knew what exactly what's going on over there, that they would be standing here with us right now. It's a sad fact that they don't. I appreciate that, everybody that comes down here, especially the veterans that have been involved in these things, in these wars, to tell the truth, because, I think that's what we all deserve.
Yes, so that's human nature. That's what happens.
Yeah.
We tend to remember and perhaps glorify the good parts, but the horrible parts that come with war, and people tend to downplay it because if you concentrated on that, it would affect your brain. You would become a pessimist, depressed. You would be depressed. And so your brain tends to pass by the horrors and kind of remember the good parts. That's the way your brain exists and operates. It can only handle just so much.
I mean, what could you say about a peaceful world without war? I mean, could it exist? Do you believe?
A world without war?
Yes.
That's why we're here, peace. But you see, what have we got here? A dozen people.
Happy
So
Thanksgiving.
the chances are of that happening.
Happy
See ya.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
It's a wonderful thing, and it's something that drives us. We keep thinking about and we hope for peace. But the reality is we are not going to get peace. Because Homo sapiens, mankind, there's something violent in their brain, one section of their brain, that develops into wars. So the study of the brain is what we're undertaking now, to see if we can control that part of the brain that leads to violence and war.
Right. Yeah, there is certainly a destructive nature to human existence, I believe.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think that repressing it is the answer. But So I mean, one interesting thing I saw this past year was a sign that said, "We believe. We don't believe in non-conflict. But we do believe in non-war. So there can be conflict without war. But
Oh, you mean talking?
talking and
Yeah. They talk. They try to get together. They try to talk, and they try to. But this seems like it's a stalling device. It's an intermission. You stop. You take a break from war, but you keep trying, talking, conference, and so on. And so that's the good part.
That if no solution can be made, is there any way of resolving a conflict like that without war? I mean,
We keep trying, and in wars, an example is the Arabs and the Jews. Now they've been fighting for centuries.
right.
They'll fight for a while.
Since biblical times, yeah.
And then there'll be a break. They'll get sick of the blood and the death, and they'll stop. And they'll talk and everything like that. So there's a limit to what the human brain can take. And then they'll stop, like, and take a break and have some conferences and so on. But then they go back. But it all starts with the lack of education. The people that grew up in the churches told them one thing, and the lack of education, the people that were not able to be educated are all part of the problem, education.
So you would agree that less knowledge equals less solutions? Less knowledge equals less solutions.
That's true. Yet on the other hand, the men in power have well-developed, well-educated brains that control the men in power. They are educated, but they're behind the war.
This is a Peace Vigil that takes place on at the corner of South and West. South and Main Street, every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. to noon. So it was great, good interview, and I'm going to try to make it look good.